Pompeo leaves for North Korea carrying special gift for Kim Jong-un from Trump. By that conservative girl politics U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo departed on Thursday for continued denuclearization talks with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. As he boarded the plane, he brought with him two gifts for Kim from President Donald Trump. Mike Pompeo left Washington on Thursday for a two-day visit with Kim Jong-un while in North Korea. Pompeo will attempt to get Kim to act on the denuclearization pledge he made in Singapore and secure the return of the remains of U.S. soldiers killed during the Korean War. Pompeo arrives in Pyongyang on Friday for a two-day visit. This is his third trip to North Korea. He is accompanied by Sung Kim, the U.S. ambassador to the Philippines, and seasoned nuclear negotiator Allison Hooker, a National Security Council advisor, Randall Shriver, an Assistant Secretary of Defense for Asia-Pacific Security Affairs, and Andrew Kim, the head of the CIA's Korea Mission Center. 6 reporters are also on the plane. Pompeo is expected to discuss the return of the remains of the U.S. soldiers killed during the 1950s to 53 Korean War. Although the North agreed to return the remains, details need to be ironed out, and North Korea has not yet taken delivery of some 100 coffins that are waiting at the border. The two sides will also discuss the timing of the North's dismantlement of the Tongchang-ri missile engine test site and whether to allow U.S. monitors to observe the process, source Chosun. In order to start negotiations off on the right foot, Mike Pompeo brought with him two special gifts for Kim Jong-un from President Donald Trump. One was a personal letter and the other was an Elton John CD with the song Rocket Man. Sources in Washington said the gifts reflect Trump's expectation that Kim will follow through on the pledges in an agreement the two signed at their summit in Singapore. You gotta laugh. Let's take a quick listen here.
This morning, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was in North Korea where he could meet with Kim Jong-un. He landed in Pyongyang overnight for the first time since President Trump met Kim at a summit in Singapore last month. Pompeo said he's looking to fill in some details on North Korea's commitment to denuclearize. CBS News senior national security contributor Michael Morell was deputy director and acting director of the CIA. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Great to be with you guys.
So the North has continued to update its nuclear program even after the meeting that President Trump had with Kim. What is a reasonable expectation for the outcome of this meeting?
There are 3 things, Alex, that has to happen. One is North Korea has to make a declaration of its nuclear capabilities, numbers of weapons, where they are, how much fissile material they have, where those production facilities are, who the scientists are, how many there are, a complete and truthful declaration. Then there has to be a negotiation for how they dismantle all of that and what we give in return, right? And at what timetable both of those things happen. And then the last piece is how do you verify going forward that they live up to their agreement and don't start cheating, right? 3 pieces. I would hope that the Secretary would come back with that understanding on both sides, that that's what has to happen here, and a specific timetable for the declaration. When are they going to hand us that piece of paper? I would hope it's 2 or 3 months from now.
So as you mentioned, we still don't have an accounting of what North Korea has. The Defense Intelligence Agency came out with an assessment saying that Kim has no plans of denuclearization. So what does progress look like in that scenario?
So I think the Defense Intelligence Agency's assessment is just that. I don't think it's based on any hard reporting. It's what they think. It's based on history. Right? Most North Korea analysts believe that Kim will not give up his entire program. There are a handful of North Korean analysts who believe that maybe we are in a different spot now. Maybe he has changed. Maybe he is willing to give them up, right? So what Secretary Pompeo is doing here is really testing that. And the declaration will be the first test, right? The declaration, if it's complete and truthful, we'll have an indication that maybe he is serious. If he lies in the declaration,
and we'll know if he's lying.
we have a pretty good understanding of what he has, including some things that he's never acknowledged to the international community before. So if that declaration
Does
is
he
not
know that
truthful,
we know how much he hasn't told us?
we don't know, right? We don't know. But this will be a real test of whether he is serious or not.
Mike, we're getting leaks out of the government suggesting that the North Koreans aren't changing here. Why are those leaks coming out? What's going on in the government about this?
So I would imagine that there is some concern among officials, particularly on the policy side, that the president will only negotiate on what Kim and the North Koreans have before acknowledged to the International Atomic Energy Agency, right? Acknowledged to the international community. What these leaks, I think, are trying to do is say, there's a bigger program here, make sure you cover it all, and trying to box the president in a little bit.
Let me ask you something. As former acting director of the CIA, the president was speaking in Montana yesterday. He was mocking his critics for saying that President Putin is KGB and this and that. You know what? Putin is fine. What is your reaction to that?
Vladimir Putin is a trained intelligence officer. He is trained to spot the vulnerabilities in individuals and then take advantage of those vulnerabilities, right? My view is he has done that with President Trump since day one.
There is going to be a lot of attention paid to the upcoming meeting between...
Notice the smile once he said that, the idiot. What is that he said? That he has that advantage over President Trump?
There is going to be a lot of attention paid to the upcoming meeting.
Let's officer, he is trained to spot the vulnerabilities in individuals and then take advantage of those vulnerabilities, right? My view is he has done that with President Trump since day one.
What a crock of crap. What a crock of crap. Putin can tell somebody what their motives are, yes, and so can Trump. So right then and there, he's disgracing our country. Do you understand? He's making a mockery out of our country, because who is representing our country? President Trump. Trump wouldn't be in the position that he is if he was an idiot, okay? So this guy is more of an idiot. And notice the smile on the reporter's face now.
There's going to be a lot of attention paid to the upcoming meeting between...
Oh, yeah, that really satisfied you guys. Well, getting back to more hilarity, the Rocket Man CD was the subject of discussion during Trump's lunch with Kim, said a Washington insider. Kim mentioned that Trump referred to him as a Rocket Man when tensions ran high last year. Trump then asked Kim if he knew the song, and Kim said no. Recalling his conversation, Trump asked Pompeo to take the CD with him containing the song for Kim. Trump autographed the CD and wrote a personalized message to the North Korean leader on it. When Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, we know all of that. So the relationship between President Trump has fostered with Kim Jong-un is truly amazing. Only months ago, it seemed we were on the brink of war with North Korea. Now Trump and Kim are exchanging tongue-in-cheek gifts with complete denuclearization on the horizon. Trump walked into a volatile situation when he took the White House, but has brought us closer to world peace than any other president in memory. If anyone deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, it is him. It is Donald Trump. And Putin can tell, because listen, nobody wants to be taken for a ride. Putin has to defend his country, and Trump defends our country. That's the bottom line. And they come to some sort of a normal agreement. But with the crooks that were running this country prior, and these idiots trying to force a war with Russia, making Putin a bad guy, and no, Putin is very reasonable. When you see him speak, Putin is direct. He speaks correctly. He doesn't make rash decisions. He's to me, he seems like he knows what he's talking about. He absolutely knows what he's talking about. He's not looking to take advantage. He wants to protect his country from the criminals that are running this country. And Trump is in the middle of all this. And Trump would have a terrific relationship, because Trump is a straight shooter and Putin is a straight shooter also. Bottom line, these are two very, very powerful men. They know what they're doing, but they don't want to be made a fool. So yes, everybody has to protect their own country. Absolutely. You know, they're painting Putin. Yeah. You know who the thing that I'm saying? They want a war so bad. Whoever, you know, wants a war against Putin, I say put them on the front lines. Put them on the front lines. Put them on the front lines and see how they like it. You know? Let's see. They're going to go against Putin's army there. Put Brennan in the front line. Put these reporters in the front line. Let's see Jim Acosta where he's going to run under some rock probably to hide. Yeah, but no, they want you to put your children on the front line. No, enough is enough with this trash. Unless it's a real serious issue, that's the only time you can say, yeah, let's do it. But other than that, it's ridiculous what these people are pushing for. These people are mentally unstable that are pushing for confrontation with Russia. They have to be out of their minds. Out of their minds. Put them on the front line. Send their kids in the front line. Like McCain, he's always bad-mouthing. I didn't see anything, and they're saying that Russia interfered in the election. Give us a break. In other words, Russia interfered. That's why Hillary lost. Hillary lost because she was a decrepit witch. That's why she lost. And she wasn't even capable of running a country. She's falling apart. How could she handle all these things that Trump is handling? First of all, she'd have us in a war from the get-go. That's what the witch wanted. But let's send her daughter to the front line. Let's see if she wanted a confrontation with Russia. Yeah, put your daughter up there, Hillary, since you're so adamant about a confrontation with Russia. Yeah, let's see how they change their tune once you tell them their kids are going to go to the front line, you know? But they want your kids to go to the front line, and for nothing. That's the point. For nothing. It's disturbing just to think about that thought, you know? Everybody has to protect themselves, yes. That's the bottom line. Putin's not an idiot, and Trump is not an idiot. And they want something that's fair. It's not to anybody's benefit for any kind of a confrontation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.